I know what you're thinking. This is April 1st, and as you know, I'm in no mood for jokes. I never have, and never will. But regardless, I have an obligation to get things done. If you don't like it, then tough. I'm doing what I can to make sure I am set for what's to come. To be honest, I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, let's get on with this, shall we? I am MegamanNG. Welcome to my monthly channel update for April 2024. It's no April Fool's here. I'm just not in the mood. I've got a lot to say, so let's get on with it. Now, before we begin, I do want to say that if you enjoy my content, please be sure to do these 5 simple things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I say this because the month of March has been rather lackluster. In terms of watch time, 80% of it came from non-subscribers. We need to fix that. So to anyone that hasn't subbed, please consider subscribing and clicking that bell. I want things to get better, not worse. This year has started off rough, and the rest of the year is going to be uncharted waters. Let's only hope we can right the course at least, or it'll end up sinking the ship. I'm starting things off with real talk because this has been gnawing at me for some time. Do you want to know? That's simple. Screw gaming journalists. You guys have heard what's going on, right? Gaming journalists bad-mouthing a game like Stellar Blade. You guys know I did the demo, and I actually did it twice. The first time was a stream, and it crashed, and so I decided to just say screw it and make a video about it. I did the demo, and I made my point about it very clear. I'm not a fan of gaming journalists, especially when their opinions end up showing a bit of spite. Why did I say that in quotation, you may ask? Well, I know for a fact that it's been like this for years. And in my opinion, it needs to stop. The biggest offender to me was how these journalists show disdain towards anything from Japan. Don't take my word for it. It's been like it for a long time. Do you guys remember X-Play and how that show would bash JRPGs, or rather Japanese games, for no reason, yet praise other sorts of games? I'm not a fan of that show anymore. And especially the host, Adam Sessler. I'm also not a fan of review sites like IGN. They can be very biased at times. Remember when they gave God Hand a 3 out of 10? I remember. Not to mention recently IGN France decided to badmouth Stellar Blade and the company shift up. It clearly shows their lack of understanding as well as their comprehension. It also doesn't help that there are companies such as Sweet Baby Inc. trying to change up games for the sake of diversity, exclusivity, and inclusion. More like distort, exterminate, and infect. I hate these kinds of companies, including game companies that bow to the whims of them. But my point is this: screw gaming journalists and screw companies that support DEI. I'm not a fan. Stuff like this is why gaming is not as fun as it was. It makes me not want to put money towards video games. And besides, you guys know I have a lot of games, a lot of older games, and with it, this gives me plenty of content to work with on this channel. I want gaming to be unapologetic, unforgiving, and most of all, unbiased. Not catering to the whims of those that don't even play video games. The fact that gaming now has to cater to these modern audiences sickens me. I'm as old-fashioned as you can get. I've been gaming since I was 2 years old with an NES. Not only that, but here's a little tidbit. The moment a video game tries to appeal to everyone, it will end up appealing to no one. Just a heads up, by the way. March wasn't really much since, well, things kind of slowed down. Not helped by the fact that since I have left Omnia Media, it was a bit of a struggle. Don't get me wrong, not much has changed. The only difference is that now I have to deal with a boss that can take monetization away for even the simplest of infractions. I kid you not. This is what makes things really challenging. YouTube may be better with its AdSense, but it's more riskier than being on an MCN. And in my honest opinion, MCNs shouldn't even exist. From my experience, they may think they will help you, when in truth they don't. I only wish my family can understand that, and why I made this decision to leave. But anyway, I devoted the month of March to the following games. I was able to finish Final Fantasy V, the Pixel Remaster, as well as Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. I'm thankful that they were done. In addition, I focused on a few new playthroughs. Up first is Penny's Big Breakaway. I'd like to thank Private Division for providing me a copy of the game. I will say that I had a lot of fun with the game. It felt so good, and given now that a recent update now allowed 60 FPS, it just adds more to the experience. Next, I covered Kirby's Dream Land 3. It's part of my goal to cover more Kirby games on this channel, and hopefully once I get the Switch Online expansion pass, I plan to do more, such as Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards and Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. It's a lot. And remember, I don't need to be doing new games all the time. I have so many games that I have plenty to work with, and I do mean a lot to work with. Last but not least, I started Dragon Quest V for the Nintendo DS. I had some parts done in advance, but I need to get back into it. Why? Because I have to grind a lot for what lies ahead. Yes, it sucks, but it's necessary. I don't know if I plan to do the post-game for it, but this game will not play around. I need to be strong enough in order to survive what lies ahead. And if you think that's nuts, just wait till we get to Dragon Quest VI. That is going to be a big pain in the ass. That's March in a nutshell, folks. A lot, but at least I was able to do what I can. April is where I hope things will press on. Besides, I have a lot of plans up my sleeves. For starters, tomorrow is where the final entry in the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy begins, Spirit of Justice. I did this on 3DS years ago, and I did it without commentary. This time, it's going to be with commentary, and I will cover every case, including Turnabout Time Traveler. Sadly, though, the Asinine Attorney series is not in this version. However, I do plan to do these two once Spirit of Justice comes to a close. I do also have one or two extra videos along with it, so please do look forward to it when it happens. Not only that, but I'll also be starting Final Fantasy VI. As of now, 9 parts are done, and the reason why in April of all times is because April 2nd marks the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy VI, and I figure it would be very fitting. And plus, since it's the last of the Pixel remasters, it would be a fitting way for it to end. Besides, I'm dying to finally show this game off, and it's going to be a blast. Final Fantasy V may be my all-time favorite Final Fantasy game, but Final Fantasy VI was my first. It was my first foray into the franchise, but I knew it back then as Final Fantasy III. It's been 30 years, so better late than never, am I right? Not only that, but I will also be finishing up Dragon Quest V. All I ask is for patience and nothing else. But in terms of new stuff, this is one that I'm dying to cover on this channel. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. There is no excuse. I should have done it last year, but I never did. And believe me, I am going to have a field day with this. If anything, the Advance Wars series is cursed. And I literally mean that. Don't believe me? Wait till I cover it. That's a fact. And yes, I have other games planned to be covered that I missed out on. There's no excuse with it. No way. The updates will change, so I want to let you know this right now. Ever since I made that Dragon Quest video, I've been dying to do a new video essay. And to be honest, all of it is just wanting me to do something different. Seeing that stuff like this does better than the content I produce, I want to try my luck on something new. I have a few ideas, but one idea stuck. You can thank my coverage of the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy for it. So my upcoming video essay is this: Ace Attorney 7, What to Expect. I honestly want Capcom to do a new Ace Attorney game while the iron's hot. We already have the original Ace Attorney trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, this year, we got the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy, and I only hope that the next collection we get involves the duology of Ace Attorney investigations. It would be an excellent opportunity for us to get the second AI game localized. But I worry that they may screw it up. I really don't know, but in terms of a new entry, I want a 7th game. I will be working on the script, and once I get it done, I need to implement footage and stuff to get things done nicely. Look forward to it because, as an Ace Attorney fan, I have to now work on a scenario and how it should go about. But if you want to know, it's simply this. My essay will be split into 5 parts. The first will summarize Ace Attorney and what it's about. The second is about Ace Attorney 7 and its plot. Part 3 would detail who would be the main focus of the game, and it's one that I think you might like. Part 4 would be case structure, and if you're wondering, my ideal Ace Attorney 7 would be 5 cases long, but with a few twists. The 5th and final part would also serve as to tie up anything else, like loose ends and whatnot. And yes, there will also be a DLC-based scenario that I want to plan out. And honestly, I want the 7th game to finally tie some loose ends that were left behind in previous games. There were many hints, but never implemented. I don't know when the essay will come, but when it does, I will let you guys know right away. It has been a month now since I left Omnia Media, and to be honest, I never thought that being free from an MCN would mean something. And yes, I'm happy I left. Unfortunately, I worry more for everyone else who still remain at the MCN. I'm still in touch with many creators, and I'll say it bluntly. MCNs are nothing but thieves. Gamer Thumb TV was right, and to be honest, I am happy to be free of this. Sadly, though, part of me wishes that we should speak out because with what's going on, the fact that they decide to threaten to silence us with legal action for speaking out is telling. Very telling. I'm still owed pay. That much is certain. But sooner or later, there come a point where our story will be told. It won't be right away, but it will be one day, that I promise. I've been loyal to these guys for 10 years, and all that loyalty gave me was not much else. At least they were nice enough to let me leave without any issue. I'm thankful for that. I worry for everyone else, and I hope they all will be okay. With this, my update is done. Thankfully, it's on time, and I swear to you, it's going to hopefully get better from here on out. Tomorrow will begin Spirit of Justice and Final Fantasy VI. I already explained things, but I also will be including a few extras for you all to watch. Keep a lookout for them. Please don't forget that if you enjoy what I do and the content that I produce, please consider supporting me, whether it be through channel memberships, my Ko-fi, or through PayPal. Anyone that does a dono through PayPal will get a shout out. Anyone that donates $100, you'll get a shout out that lasts 3 months. And anyone that donates $400 will get one for a year. All will go towards improving the channel. And believe me, this is something I hope that things will improve upon. Yeah, I always keep saying that, but it's a habit. A habit I can't control. But what can you do, I've been doing this for almost 19 years. Or rather, I've been doing this for almost 18 years. And there comes a point where someone's got to give. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, the like button. It means a lot. If you enjoyed this or any of my content, please be sure to do these 5 things. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. It helps. Also, I want to improve our watch time. Last month was blah, and I want this month to do better. I want it to improve, and it can be done, and it can only be done by subbing and clicking the bell. Anyone that says it doesn't help is foolish. It really does help. That's pretty much it. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out.